back. This is part 2 of a geological timescale. In this part, we will mainly understand and know the major events that have contributed in making the geological timescale and that have helped in the construction of geological timescale. Welcome back to the presentation on geological timescale. We are continuing from the part 1. This is part 2. In this part, we will know some of the main events that have resulted in the formation of geological timescale, that have contributed in the construction of geological timescale. Fossils are very, very important in the construction of geological timescale, and one of the most important fossil that is important in establishing the different geological events is Glossopteris, and it was initially discovered by Robert Scott in his expedition called Terra Nova expedition that was conducted between 1910 to 1930. It was a journey to Antarctica. Robert Scott and his team actually went to Antarctica to discover fossils, and he in fact discovered many fossils related to Glossopteris along with his teammates. Unfortunately, all the members of his team died, but they collected the fossils. You can see here on the left hand side, we have the 5 members of Robert Scott's Terra Nova expedition. On the right hand side, you can see the discovery hut in which he stayed when he was there in Antarctica and collected Glossopteris fossils. And all the Glossopteris fossils, about 35 pounds of Glossopteris fossils, were discovered along with their bodies, which were discovered 8 months later. And another important event in the construction of geological timescale is the concept of Gondwana land. A Gondwana land, a super landmass, was there about 550 million years back, and this piece of land later was broken into pieces into South America, Africa, Antarctica, Australia, Indian subcontinent, New Zealandia, Arabia. All these pieces actually were part of Gondwana land, and the reason and the evidence to prove that these were part of Gondwana land is Glossopteris, and thus Glossopteris becomes a very important fossil in the construction of geological timescale. And the concept of continental drift was given by Wagner. And Wagner's contribution also is very important. As you can see here the changing scenario, changing map of the earth. And you can see here the Gondwana land, and India was a part of Gondwana land. India was where Africa is now, but from there it has traveled a long distance at a speed of 16 centimeter per year and came and banged against the Eurasian landmass about 10 million years ago. So all this is history, and there is no eyewitness for this, but the evidence for this is given by the fossils, and the establishment of this evidence is possible only through geological timescale. That is why these are very important in the construction of geological timescale. Again, I am showing you one more picture where you can see the great journey of Indian subcontinent, and it was a part of the Gondwana land, and it has now come back to the Eurasian landmarks. You can again see here where the Indian subcontinent was. It was there near Africa, and it has traveled a long distance before it came and banged against the Eurasian landmass. So one of the pieces that traveled a long distance is Indian landmass. You can see here in this picture also, it is midway through the African landmass and Eurasian landmass. Alright, and this is a story of India's journey, but the story is established based on the discovery of fossils and the construction of geological timescale. I am showing you this picture to show that geological timescale is very important for constructing and for explaining all these events that have occurred in the past. This is how you can see the Indian landmass has banged against the Eurasian landmass, and in between there was a sea, Tethys Sea, and that became the Himalayan mountain. So the modern geological time scale was finally announced in 2012. All the details about the geological time scale are available online, an updated version in the website given here, stratigraphy.org. So all the details of the geological time scale, updated versions, and all the tables and all the graphs are available in this website. So geological time scale is very important, especially for establishing the link between the earth and the different fossils and all the fossils, and for construction of the evolutionary tree, and for establishing the evolutionary relationship between different organisms. And to tell you exactly when which organism was present is possible only through geological time scales. And this is the outline here. You can see on the left hand side the eons. There are 4 eons, 3 eons, Proterozoic, Archean, Hadean, together called Precambrian, also called the prehistoric period, which actually took about 1 billion years. It's also called boring billion because initially they thought nothing has happened in this eon, but actually the origin and evolution of life occurred in this period. Whereas the other eons, for example, Paleozoic, Phanerozoic eon, for example, Phanerozoic eon is made up of 3 eras: Paleozoic era, Mesozoic era, and Cenozoic era. Paleozoic era is again divided into a number of periods. Mesozoic era also divided into different periods, and Cenozoic era is the recent era. So during Paleozoic era, most of the organisms have evolved, as you can see here. And in the Mesozoic era, the luxuriant forests of gymnosperms and the pteridophytes were there, and even the so-called dinosaurs, all right, were there in this period. Thank you very much. And I also thank all the resources from where I collected the information to prepare this presentation. Thank you very much. All right, and we will meet again in the next class. Thank you.